Now, before the season, when we did the preview, we talked to you about kind of your first year here. Just talk to us about how that first year is going for you.
It's great. I mean, the team is incredible in regards to everything, from their personalities, from the character of the team, to their work ethic. We've been quite pleased with everything. They want to be competitive. They want to win. They want to pull out the results. So they've been putting in all the work. They've been absorbing a lot to help accomplish our success.
5 goals so far in 7 games this year. All 5 different players scoring those 5 goals. Offensively, how do you feel the team's been doing thus far?
Well, that's one area of improvement I think we could have. We've had 7 games, and you're saying we have 5 goals. So obviously, we're not even scoring 1 goal a game, and it's going to be tough to win games if we don't score. We do have some good creative players. We just have a problem of getting the ball forward and maintaining that position in that area of the field in our attacking third. So we've been putting a lot of emphasis in our trainings on, building the attack, getting the numbers around the ball so we could be more successful around the goal.
Now, something else I noticed when looking at the stats, 3-3 in regards to goals in the first half between you and opponents. In the second half, opponents have 9 goals on the year. What do you think is the difference between the first half and the second half?
Well, again, if most of those goals are coming in the Sunday game, and we've talked a lot, we've worked a lot with our athletic training staff, strength and conditioning coach. Recovery is a big issue for us, and depth. We don't have a large roster, so we have a lot of players playing 90 minutes in both games, where teams are subbing 6-7 deep. So they have fresher legs, they have more endurance, and we're just trying to come to our own in terms of getting our strength, getting our stamina back up so that we can sustain those long periods of time. So that's why you see later in the halves on the later games that we do concede some goals at those moments.
Speaking with Head Coach Rick Stainton here inside the FDU Women's Soccer Report Episode 1. Now, you have the NEC coming up. Now, I know we just said you don't really look much towards that part of the schedule because you have other games coming up, but just some thoughts on some specific things maybe you guys can improve on before you hit that NEC slate, obviously the most important time of the season.
Yeah, the NEC is obviously in our mind, and I call that the second season. That's the championship season for us. Everything we've done so far and the season that we've had and what we've accomplished helps build us to that point. And so, obviously we've just talked about the goal scoring aspect. Today our whole training session was, changing point of attack and getting into goal and getting shot opportunities. So we'll continue to build upon that. We do have some gaps and holes in our back line, so we're working on shoring that up and making sure that we have good rhythm and connectivity. We all want to make the top 4 spot. So, we're putting our effort to being competitive every single game and giving ourselves a shot and a chance.
Now, the 2 games this week, both away games. You guys are 2-1 at home, 1-3 on the road. Most teams tend to do better at home than on the road. What do you think is the most difficult part of going away from home?
Well, being away from your crowd, being away from your surroundings are definitely aspects of that. We have familiarity being on turf. Some of the complexes we're playing on, Syracuse, Monmouth, Lafayette have all been grass. We don't get those opportunities to train on grass often. But now, going away also allows us to be who we are together.
Sure.
We worry about what we need to do to accomplish successful things. So, we've been competitive on the road. Getting our first win at Lafayette, we found that we could be successful on the road, and we approach every team as if we were playing them home, with the same mentality, the same team meetings, the same preparation with our team meals. So to us, it's not a big difference. We're just trying to find those results out there.
Now, you brought up something that I've always found interesting, and maybe some soccer fans don't think about: turf versus grass. There is a difference. What's the main difference, and what are maybe some of the difficulties of one versus the other?
Well, I'm a firm believer that turf, wears the body down quicker as well. But it's also the speed of play. You get more natural bounces on the turf compared to grass. You got to really emphasize getting your body behind it, being a little more technical because the ball, can ricochet and move in different directions. But also grass slows maybe a fast player down a little bit. Grass with the height could slow the ball down a little bit. So, there's factors like that could help impact the game.
and final question for you, Coach. Obviously, we talked about the 2 games coming up this weekend, both on the road, Vermont and Columbia. Some thoughts on those 2 opponents?
I mean, every opponent is a tough opponent for us. We go in with the game plan that, we have to achieve this to be successful. We play an American East team in UVM who made the playoffs last year, and who are, playing a very competitive schedule. So we look forward to playing them. I know their style will be something of the sorts where they want to play. They want to move the ball, combine to get in. It's not going to be that direct. Same thing with Columbia, being an Ivy League school. They're always somewhat technical, and they're very tough in terms of physicality around the ball. And, we're just going to have to match that and just try to outwit them.
All right, that'll do it for this first edition of the FDU Women's Soccer Report. Please make sure to tune in to FDUKnights.com for more upcoming episodes. And, Coach, good luck this weekend.
Great, thank you. Go Knights.
The world has changed, and Fairleigh Dickinson University is doing something about it.
The biggest thing FDU has to offer is their global education.
Undergrad, master's, doctorate, whatever it is that you're looking for, they have so many different opportunities for so many different interests.
We give opportunities for people to change the way they view themselves and their world.
It's given me a chance to succeed.
They've made my dream come true.
I love it. I would choose no other place.
I'm Ryan Uhlich, and I'm sitting here with FDU women's soccer team players, goalkeeper Sage DoVale and Amanda Goulet. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
First question I want to talk to you. This is our first chance to sit down with you guys this season. 3 and 4 team is so far, split the games this weekend 1-1. Can you just describe how the first 7 games have gone, how the season's gone thus far until right now?
It's been pretty solid, I guess. It was a better start than last year because we just kept tying. And so it's good to get like some consistent wins in. It is unfortunate that we had some losses, but we've taken those losses and we've built, taken the pieces that we didn't do as well on, and we've built them into practice, and each game has been an improvement. So far it's just been a growing process.
First season with Coach Rick Stainton, we just sat down with him, Jon Lauder did. How's that been going so far? I mean, this is your first season. You've been here in Teaneck and Hackensack a few years, but this is your first under Coach Stainton. How has that been going for you guys?
So far, it's good. It's different style of coaching, obviously, but it's also very good. He brought a lot of new things to the team, and I feel like we responded pretty well to what he's taught us, and we're doing pretty good with what he's given us.
Sage, you just won your 2nd Defensive Player of the Week of the season after posting a shutout, your first road win of the season at Lafayette, and saving a PK against Monmouth, a very tough opponent. Walk us through this weekend, maybe that PK save that you had. It's your 2nd this season.
Yeah. Well, this weekend, just coming in, I kind of wanted it. I guess I call it making up for lost time, just because I haven't finished the season. So I wanted to finish strong. So each weekend to me is a new beginning. I try and look to set my sights, I guess, on that personal award, just to keep that team in. And I guess the biggest thing, the reason why I think I'm earning these awards is I have a lot more pressure on my shoulders to keep the team in the game. I have a lot more pressure. We're doing so well that I don't want to let them down, and we're getting so close that one mistake will make or break us. So I don't want to be that mistake, and I don't want anybody to worry about it. I want them to focus on their positions in the field, and I'll focus on mine. And the PK save, I guess it's just kind of an intuition thing, I guess. I don't know. It's just, you read the player, you go through the motions. You can only study PK so much, I guess. Some of it's body language, but I guess what helped a lot was the fact that it was grass. It slowed it down quite a bit so that I actually got a hold on it rather than deflected it. So I'll take something like that any day. I'll go on grass PKs any day. Yeah.
I was talking to Coach Stainton before the interview, and we were talking about the pros. They really study hard about PKs, where they're going to go. They look at the last 5, 10 shots they've taken. Yeah. Do you do as much research, or anywhere near the pro level? But also, are you more inclined to just trusting your own instincts, reactions?
I personally trust more my own instincts, just because at the pro level they have a lot more resources to do that studying. So you know the opponent you're coming up against, and you have so much film that you can look at. You have so much resources to go into study, how each player kicks, because you'll make mental notes. In the pros, they'll make mental notes where, you know, this player on the other team usually takes PKs, and this is their percentage. They go right, percentage they go left, and all that. And unfortunately, we don't have that resource. So a lot of it's intuition, and a lot of it's just reading basic body signs. You study that a little bit.
So you would obviously like to sub out a lot, get some more fresh legs in and out. And he also means, you know, playing a lot of freshmen. But, you know, 2 of the freshmen combined for the lone goal against Lafayette, Connie and Giselle.
Yes.
Talk about, how the freshmen have impacted this team so far and helped get to where we are now.
The freshmen has been improving a lot lately. Like every practice, every game, they've been improving and improving. And you saw against Lafayette, 2 freshmen combined together scored a goal. Like none of us had to do with this goal, and it was just like great that it was 2 freshmen. So I feel like that's just like a good summary of what they've done so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's all the questions I have for you guys. Thank you for sitting down with me. And
Thanks for having us.
you can check on the FDU women's progress as the season goes on FDUnights.com, and eventually NEC Front Row as well. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Women's soccer.